reflective period for us. A time for us to think through decisions that were taken, whether management decisions, technical decisions, any decision that had been taken. It was a period, or it has been a period, for us to reflect on our work as a team, to reflect on what policies can help us to bring back the love for our sport. It has been a reflective period that has allowed us, again, the chance as servants of football to be very, very decisive and to take far-reaching decisions that will strategically impact positively on the game that is beyond a game. Football is the sport that unites our country, Ghana. It is the sport that has brought me and you together. It is a sport that brings people with very, very different religious and political beliefs together. Indeed, during the short campaign in Abidjan, I had a chance to welcome politicians from all sides of the political divide. During that period, our dear country stood still. We stopped all that we wanted to do to watch our Black Stars. This is football. The desire of your FA is to deliver football to the best of our ability, to entertain our people, to bring glory to our motherland, and to bring hope to the youth of our dear country. For which reason, this reflective period has offered me and you the chance to rethink, to re-strategize, and to stay strong as a family in our singular determination to fix football. Fixing our football will not take the work of only your executive committee or your Ghana Football Association. Fixing football will take our effort, will also need your support, and most importantly, the support of all our publics. That is the only way we can fix our football. The FA is very, very much committed towards bringing back our lost glory, bringing back the passion of our people, and bringing back the love for our beloved sport called football. But this can only happen if all our publics stand shoulder to shoulder with us in good times and in bad times. In bad times, we have to be ready, and we are ready to listen to the other mind. We have to allow people to speak out and to offer to us the needed support we need as servants of our game. The ESCO, the council, will not depart from this commitment to work day and night in our attempt to fix or fixing our football. So we saw our Black Stars in Abidjan. This is not the Black Stars that you want to see. And this is not the Black Stars I want to see. I want to see our Black Stars and all our national teams and all our league clubs play good football and win games. But how can this be done? How can we deliver this? Of course, the process includes what we are going through today. To allow our publics to engage and to share ideas, to have feedback on how we feel and how we think, and to ensure that we are ready to bring on board new ideas, new strategies that will enable us to bring back the love for football. We are very clear as servants of the game that the only way to achieve our dreams is to continue, first of all, being honest to ourselves and to our publics, and to continue in the way that we have already started by investing from the very basics of our game to the top level of our game. If we want our Black Queens to be successful, if we want our princesses to be successful, if we want our football to be successful, if we want our Black Starlets to be successful, the journey starts from the very foundation of football. And that is why, over time, we have brought back coast football to lovers of coats in this country. When I go through the streets of Ghana sometimes, and I hear people speak about, coast football no way, yambo coast football biom, then it tells me that I'm not communicating well enough to our publics. Currently, coast football is being played in all our 10 football regions. In every region of this country, coast football is being played. Because we are media fellows and we love data, let me take you through the number of coast clubs we have in each of our 10 football regions. In the Ashanti region, we have 194 active coast clubs. The figures I will mention here today are the active coast football clubs. In the Brown region, we have 178 coast clubs. In the Central region, 120. Eastern, 165. The Greater Accra region, 327. Northern region, which is led by Alhaji Abu Alassan, 185 coast clubs. Upper East, 84. Upper West, 14. Volta region, 156. And Western region, 298. Coast football is being played in every region. Through our partnership with KGL, the FA will continue to support coast football in the regions with the provision of trophies and medals for all our leagues in the country. Indeed, just last week, our RFAs received their allocations for this year. The FA has invested $100,000 into the purchase of footballs for our coast clubs. Our strategy to invest more into not only footballs, but cones, bibs, and other accessories for our coast clubs will continue as we journey along. Indeed, to support the work of our RFAs, we introduced a yearly subvention of 120,000 Ghana cedis each to our 10 RFAs to support their work. This work also affects coast football. And in the next few weeks, we will also continue investing in our RFAs with the purchase and supply, obviously, of 10 pickups to support their work. Again, to ensure that our national teams continue to perform, whether from the U15 level to the A national team level, we need to continue our investments into grassroots football. I have just spoken about coast football. We will continue to invest in the second division, in the third division, and in the women Division 1 leagues, as we have already started. Last week, our purchase of $100,000 worth of footballs arrived, the balls arrived, and they have been distributed to all the 10 regions. This is investment in grassroots football. The result of this investment will soon reflect in performances, whether at the club level or at the national level. In girls football, we have continued to make the right levels of investment. In the next few days, we will roll out a policy that will clearly define the career pathways of a female footballer. As you speak, if a young girl wakes up in the morning and she wants to play football, there's no coast football for girls. They have to find their way, whether they are 12 years, they are 10 years, into Division 1 league football. This is not possible. So in the next few days, a clear pathway for our girls will also be made public. Indeed, in the months of May, June, and July, we will be staging the girls' U15 tournament to offer other opportunities for our younger girls to also realize their dream of playing football. As we speak, the Black Queens have qualified for the AFCON. The Princesses have qualified to participate in the U20 Girls World Cup. These are good milestones for Ghana, and we'll continue to offer them all the support they need to be able to excel. I've been talking about women's football, and you all agree with me that the female sport is on the rise. And it is on the rise because we have been very careful in our implementation of the women's football strategy. If you remember, we adored this strategy last year, and the Technical Directorate have been at the forefront of the full implementation of the women's strategy. The result is what we see by way of performances, and we will continue to implement the women football strategy to the last line. We also know of our adoption of our DNA. The technical directorates have already started the implementation of the DNA. Professor Minta, it's here. I think he will attest to this fact. In the next few days, we shall be launching the men's football strategy, which is also ready. This is a 4-year plan for the development of men's football. So clearly, thank you. Clearly, it should tell you that we are in the right way. We launched the 4-year plan for women, which is the women's football strategy, and now we have the 4-year plan for the development of the men's strategy. For 3 consecutive seasons, we have successfully, without any interruption, run our football season. Without any interruption. They have started on our agreed dates and completed on the expected dates for 3 consecutive seasons. Our GPL, I'm talking about our GPL, our DOL, and our Women's Premier League. We will continue to look for more investments in these top 3 leagues. And part of our strategy to look for new investments and to also retain our existing partners has led us into the establishment of a new desk that will support our sponsorship and our revenue generation drive. Here, I am talking about the introduction of the business development desk to support the work of the marketing directorate. The agenda is to look for more businesses for the GPL, for the DOL, and for the Women's Premier League. Plus, to ensure that we retain the existing partners that we already have. These are the pragmatic steps or strategic steps your FA has taken to ensure that there's more investment in the domestic league that will lead to improvement in performances, more quality players being produced, and obviously better players being picked for our national team engagements. The FA also identified a big problem with our clubs: the lack of decent transportation for our clubs. And I'm very sure that you do remember our promise to invest in 30 buses for our clubs. This strategy is underway. At the end of this current football season, the 12 promised buses representing the first tranche will be ready for our clubs to pick up. So the idea is to strategically invest in the purchase of 30 buses for our clubs. These buses will be used by clubs in the WPL, DOL, and the GPL. I am very happy that in the last few days, the former president of our country, His Excellency John Mahama, made mention of his desire to encourage our domestic players to stay a lot longer and to fight for recognition in the A national teams. The policies we have rolled out is a testament of our belief that when we do the right levels of investment, our leagues will grow. And when our leagues grow, our players will be happier. And when they are happy, they will stay in a lot longer. In our desire to make this happen, we have made proposals to government for strategic interventions that will enable our players to get more money, to stay longer, and to be recognized by the selectors of our national teams in their attempt to build strong national teams. It is our belief that government will support our call, will support our push, and when this happens, we'll come back to the media with a full strategic direction on those interventions. Let me come back to national teams again. Again, if our Black Stars will be strong, it must start from the grassroots, just like I have mentioned. It must start not only with the investments that we have talking about, or that we have spoken about, but also the career pathways for the players. When we speak about national teams, we want to talk about talent identification. How have we identified talents that will play at the U15 level, U20 level, and up to the Black Stars level? We realized that there was a need for a big shift at the way talents are identified. As we speak, working closely with FIFA, we have established a talent identification program that is funded by FIFA. The first pilot was staged in Accra. The second pilot will be happening in this region. And kids who are picked from this pilot will end up in our newly established GFA Elite Football Academies, the first of which was established in the Upper East. The foremost GFA Elite Football Academy, which will give kids who have been carefully selected and who will be trained according to our DNA, the opportunity to become national heroes. We have invested in our first academy in the Upper East. In the next few weeks, the second pilot will be happening in the Ashanti region here. The third will happen in the South. Most importantly, the end vision of your FA is to establish this GFA-owned elite academies in each of the 10 football regions in this country. Just start to picture what is going to happen. The kids are going to be identified early. They are going to go to school, offered football tuition with well-trained instructors backed by FIFA. Just imagine over a 3-year period how many super talents the FA is going to produce across the 10 football regions. Their impact on individual clubs, their impact on national teams, your guess will be as good as mine. What is good is that the FA is very, very committed towards this venture. To confirm our determination, the FA has employed one of the most experienced ex-footballers, one of the most educated ex-footballers, and in recent times, the ex-captain of Midiema, the CEO of Midiema, Tete Zuta, as the general manager for the FA Elite Academies. Again, to help us identify talents at the right ages, at the right time, the Technical Directorate has identified 5 scouts in each of our 10 regions. These 5 scouts have been trained by the Technical Directorate And they have been scouting players for our U15 and our U20 national teams. The first batch of talents that were scouted by these scouts, trained by our technical directorate, were the players that represented Ghana in the international friendly tournament in Serbia. The Twinkle Twinkle Little Starlets that were led by Larry Kingston. So you can see clearly, my colleagues, that we have stopped, or we have changed the way we scout for our national teams. Now the players are scouted early through the talent identification program. They will be enlisted into the boarding schools. The top ones will find themselves into the national teams, plus the same scouts going into the schools, going into the districts to scout for the super talents for our national U15 and U17 national teams. Over time, we are going to deploy same scouts to also perform same responsibility for our domestic national team, which is the Black Galaxies. Gradually, we are making progress. These steps need patience. These steps need time. During this period, we'll have good times. During the same period, we'll have bad times. But when indeed we do have bad times, we need to remember and to ask ourselves whether we are in the right way or not, whether we are taking the right steps or not. In my opinion, the answer is yes. Given that all of us have heard here today, we are taking the right steps step by step. But believe me, glories don't come overnight. You need patience. You need patience, and you need the support of everybody. Coach education and refereeing are two very, very important need areas in our football ecosystem. I remember in the Congress in Kumasi, we spoke about our committed investment in these two need areas, refereeing and coach education. Professor Mita is here. He led the coach education campaign, and well over 3,000 Ghanaians have either license D up to license B. Is that correct? Prior to this period, the last time we had the chance to train our coaches was way back in 2016, 2017. So you could see clearly that we had a big gap. And it will only take continuous investment in coaching to bring the level of coaching to the times of E.K. Afranes, Osam Dodus, and the rest of the big boys who have departed this world. Again, we took 7 of our coaches who work in the women's sport to attachments in Europe, in Holland, and in Germany. We will continue in investing in our coaches. Indeed, we have carefully selected 16 of our elite coaches who would, and indeed have already started specialized training to ensure that we improve on their capacity. Now, when we give them knowledge, they bring the knowledge to our domestic leagues. Our domestic leagues would improve, our national teams would improve. Refereeing, like we all know, has been a big challenge. It has been a big challenge. We introduced the Academian refereeing policy. As we speak now, over 2,000 young boys and girls have been trained. Some of these promising talents will find themselves into Division 1 games, and in the Premier League games next season. Indeed, our first 5 professional referees will come from the scheme beginning of the next football season. Funding of the FA and FA-related activities has been a challenging one. The FA has received support from FIFA, like we all know, and like we've always declared at Congress. The FA has received support from CAF, and the FA, through our own means, via the marketing department, have also sourced for partnerships from corporate Ghana. At all times, we have rendered accounts of our stewardship to our football family at our annual Congress. The FA's accounts are regularly audited by a reputable auditing firm in Under and Under. Is that correct? Bicatelli, Under and Under. Every fund that we have received from FIFA are controlled by FIFA and are audited in our own ways by FIFA. In fact, if you do receive $1 and you don't properly account for it, you will not receive the next dollar. Currently, we are undergoing what we call the FIFA Central Review, which is the auditing by FIFA. Since we took office, the FA has never failed in any of the FIFA Central Review. We should be happy about this. Infrastructure has always been a problem. It is a problem. It is a challenge to us as a football family. It is also a challenge to the National Sports Authority as the body that are responsible for the maintenance of our football infrastructure. Currently, we all know the situation in which we find ourselves. On our part, we'll continue to make our investments as much as we can into football. We know about our investment in the construction of the first FIFA AstroTurf in the Upper East region. That cost the FA $742,000 US. Currently, every Division 2 league game, every Women Division 1 league game, and all juvenile football are honored on that AstroTurf in Upper East. We have our property in Pram. We have awarded the contract for the construction or erection of the floodlights. On the AstroTurf that we have, the construction of the floodlights will start in the next few days. That is being funded by FIFA, and that will allow our coaches and our players to also train in the evenings. It will also give opportunities to our clubs who compete in Africa, especially those who have their games being played in the evenings, the chance also to go to Pram and to fully access the facility. We are continuing our investment in the construction of the Bed Power pitch. When that is completed, we'll make it available to our league clubs to play their league games in Pram. As we speak, there are no league centers in Greater Accra. And we are very much committed towards fixing this problem. And soon, that facility will be ready for usage by our clubs who play in the Premier League and in the Division 1 League. We also have the clearance to invest in a 40-bed accommodation in Pram. Construction will start soon. It would also include a modern-day gymnasium, a swimming pool, and a medical center to service our footballers and our athletes who use our Pram Pram Technical Center. Indeed, the entire land space will be fenced very, very soon. Work is going to start very, very soon, and I mean this year. We have also taken a decision, we are still investing in the game, for the construction of 2 natural first-class grass pitches at the Technical Center in Pram Pram. This work will start in August, and it will add up to the existing pitch infrastructure that we have in Pram Pram. I've already spoken about the bed power pitch. As part of our desire also to fix the problems that we have identified, we also acknowledge that we have communication challenges. And one of the steps to fix those challenges is the platform we have here today. But beyond that, we have tasked our RFAs to start fixing the problems from their end by communicating more with their publics and by fully utilizing the relatively cheap communication mediums or channels that we have, i.e. social media. At the club level, we also have challenges. And the competitions department, working with the communications department, are working closely with our clubs in the GPL, the WPL, and the DOL to also open up a lot more to our media friends to access information. At the national level, we will enhance the work and the skill sets that we have at the communications department. You will soon see some major changes. So we are here talking about Ghana football. We've spoken about coast football. We've spoken about girls football. We've spoken about beach soccer, futsal. We've spoken about the development and investment needs of our top tier leagues. We've spoken about the need for investment in infrastructure, the introduction of our BAS strategy, etc., etc. That should tell all of us here that the reflective period has taught us big lessons. We have engaged a lot, and we accept where we have been wrong. The notes that I've espoused here speaks to this fact. The reflective period has also emboldened us to take very, very decisive decisions that would ensure, to quote the words of the Speaker of Parliament, the Black Stars and our national teams must rise from the ashes of setbacks. And we are very committed towards this. What we have said here is a testament of our commitment towards fixing the problems. I know all of us love our Black Stars. And our Black Stars players do love all of us. And all of us are committed towards fixing the problems with the Black Stars. Indeed, that journey has already started with a search for a new trainer for our Black Stars. When we find the new trainer, it is our collective decision and determination to stay for a long haul with a new set of trainers for our Black Stars and for all our national teams. I know and we know that all of us, including King Eben, want our black queens to win, our princesses to win, our maidens to win, our starlets to win, our damsels to win. How to win is what we have espoused here. Investments, 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 and keeping the way and taking decisive decisions. We love our black stars, we love our black queens, we love our football. We want our football to rise from the ashes. We want to enjoy our leagues. It's a reason why we are calling on all stakeholders, all underlined. The government, the media, our clubs, to join hands on this journey. We, as servants, cannot do this alone. We need you, and we need you more than you ever think. If we kill our players when things go bad, we are likely not to find the players. That is why I've always said that in good times and in bad times, let's stay with our players. And let's leave those decisive but important decisions to the Tenka team to take. We can build this football industry with your support. We can do it. I know, and we know, this will take time. But because we love our football, sometimes we want the results now and now. It will come. It will come. With your support. I thank you so much, Vice President, colleagues. We are ready to listen to you. We want you to ask all the questions you may have on your chest. Please don't leave any on your chest. We have the time to listen. Thank you.